open.
It's about the
Visitors
money.
unfamiliar with the cave's history
I think they should keep
may
it
not
open.
understand the danger.
Like, I really do believe in survival of the fittest. If you want to go in that cave when so many people have died, when there's flash floods that they can't control or predict, my nigga, and you want to put yourself in a situation, rid the society of your ignorance. You don't need to be bred into evolution.
Hey yo, what the fuck?
So what's up, man? CrestSzn in the building.
Hey man, it's Crest in the building.
Hey man, before we get into this video, I need all my CNT squad members to help us hit a triple dub.
100%.
That means 10 likes, 10 comments, and 10 subs. I know my members got me, man.
Listen, in today's video, we're reacting to the most avoidable cave deaths ever. I would never like do a cave dive, whatever those close areas where you gotta like literally like tuck in your stomach.
He said survival of the fittest. Cave divers.
Nah, yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like,
I would never do no goofy shit like this, but let's see.
it's crazy.
Let's get right into it now.
Imagine having to tuck in your stomach.
Why would you want it? Like, this is all like you put yourself through. I don't feel bad for none of these niggas already.
That's what I'm saying. Exactly.
Like, they're gonna be upside down with their leg over their shoulder and shit.
Yeah.
Like, I already know how this is about to go.
Nam Talu Cave. On
Nam
October
Talu
13th, 2007, 9 people entered Nam Talu Cave in Khao Sok National Park, Thailand. The group included 6 tourists, 4 Swiss nationals, a 10-year-old boy from Germany, and a teenage girl from the UK, as well as 2 Thai guides. The cave is known for its scenic passages filled with shallow water. During the dry season, guided tours are common, but this tour took place in the middle of Thailand's rainy season. The group entered the cave shortly after
this is
noon.
crazy already.
The weather at the entrance was stable. No rain had fallen in the area that morning, and conditions seemed safe. However, rainfall had occurred further upstream in the nearby mountains, where the cave's watershed begins. Because Nam Talu is part of a...
My whole thing is like, when you're in this situation, nobody's coming to help you.
At all.
I doubt their service. What you guys say?
I was gonna say, the worst part about this is the tour guides know the risk. Like on a regular day, yeah, you already know the risk, like cave diving, but you know it's the raining season. You know you're probably not supposed to be in the cave, especially if you check the weather. I don't know how recent this was. If you have weather apps or they could see, probably by this time, like you already know what the weather's gonna be. You should not be going into a cave where the water system is going literally into the cave and you potentially risk at drowning.
I'm not even gonna say the cave divers know the risk, but my nigga, you know shit can go bad if you're in a deep cave. It's like shit can crash. You know the risk what you're putting yourself. They probably had to sign a waiver to do this.
Yeah.
So I don't feel bad for none of these niggas. I'm not even gonna lie.
Complex drainage system. It is highly sensitive to upstream flooding. As the group made their way through the cave, they followed a stream passage that grew deeper. The guides noticed that the water level was slowly rising, but they continued deeper. Minutes later, a flash flood surged through the tunnel. The water rose quickly and flooded the narrow sections of the cave. Panic broke out. One of the guides instructed the group to climb a slope toward higher ground. Some managed to reach safer areas. Others were caught in the current. The water filled the tunnel within minutes, leaving no airspace in sections. The narrow passageway gave the group no room to escape. 8 of the 9 people inside the cave drowned. Only the British teenager survived by climbing onto a narrow ledge above the water. She waited there for more than 16 hours before being rescued by a search team. The other tourists and both Thai guides were found dead. Among the victims...
Why? Why would you go in this cave?
I ain't gonna
lie.
Why? Damn, in this situation, like it's easy for us to say like, oh, I would have turned around.
It's easy.
It's really easy.
No, it's easy. I would never have been in that situation to begin with.
Well, 100%. But I was gonna say in their situation, they're already there. They're already dumb as fuck for going there, right? I was gonna say it's easy for us to say, well, I just would have turned around instead of going to higher ground. You feel me? But like, I don't know.
I'm gonna tell this to say this. If I was there, if Ty Sosa was there, as soon as the water it's a little higher than usual. All right, I'm going back.
That's what I'm saying. Oh, now let's get higher ground.
No. Before the flash flood, I would have already been out.
No, that's what I'm saying. I agree. That's what I'm saying.
Dumb niggas, like you want to do nut shit.
Was the
10-year-old fucking boy died because niggas want to be dumb.
Boy from Germany. The incident drew national attention. Authorities closed the cave and later issued a seasonal closure order. From June to November each year, the cave would remain off limits due to the risk of flash flooding. Signs were installed at the entrance to warn visitors. Local tour companies were instructed not to conduct tours during this time. For more than a decade, the seasonal closure was respected, but enforcement was inconsistent. Some tour operators quietly resumed cave tours during the rainy months if surface weather conditions.
Don't shake your head, nigga. Nobody's forcing them to do this.
Yeah, this is dumb.
Like if I want to jump off of buildings and I die, you gonna feel bad for me?
I'm be like, damn, bro.
Niggas dumb. Like, what the fuck? Like just because you die, don't excuse you for being dumb. I don't care.
In many cases, the risk was underestimated. On August 6th, 2024. Another group entered the Nam Talu cave despite the official closure. The group included 22
It's the same cave and it's closed.
22
tourists and 2 Thai guides. The weather at the time appeared normal. It had rained the previous evening, but the skies were clear that morning. The group began their tour in the afternoon. At around 5 p.m., while the group was exiting the cave, a flash flood struck. Water from upstream had reached the cave system and rushed through the narrow tunnel. The force of the water trapped the group inside. Thai rescue teams were dispatched quickly. They were able to extract the tourists and one of the guides. However, the second guide, a 37-year-old man, was swept away by the current. His body was found several hours later. He had been helping others escape when the flood overwhelmed him. An investigation followed. The Park Service...
He a real dumb nigga is what he is. Well, okay, you shouldn't have even been in there in the first place.
Feel me? Like,
but like, they know this event happened, right? Niggas died, and during these seasons, you're not supposed to go in the rainy season, right? Why the fuck would you go?
Niggas will do anything for money, bro. That's really all it is. Like, they gotta get paid.
Why would the tourists go? They're paying to die.
Nigga, I don't know. They're trying to make money. I don't agree with their actions.
You would have to pay to get in this cave.
Yes.
Why would you pay to die?
I don't know. Niggas are dumb. I don't agree with their actions. But
fucking idiot.
Confirmed that the cave had been closed at the time.
This shit is so dumb.
The tour company responsible had violated the seasonal closure policy. Legal action was taken against the operator for negligence. After the 2024 incident, park officials strengthened safety measures. Despite these efforts, concerns remain. Some local operators continue to minimize the risks. In a region where tourism is a major source of income, there is pressure to keep popular attractions open.
It's about the
Visitors
money.
unfamiliar with the cave's history
I think they should keep
may
it
not
open.
understand the danger.
Like, I really do believe in survival of the fittest. If you want to go in that cave when so many people have died, when there's flash floods that they can't control or predict, my nigga, and you want to put yourself in a situation, rid the society of your ignorance. You don't need to be bred into evolution. Over millions of years, these people dying are gonna make human beings smarter as a whole.
Fucking bots, bro.
Like you're so dumb. This is so dumb.
Nam cave
this is dumb. I tell you, it's
are
dumb.
among the most
really
avoidable cave deaths
No, it
in
is.
recent memory.
It is. No.
Schroeder's Pants Cave.
How is that people's fault?
I don't think it's the people's fault for going in the cave with the tour guides. Bro, if you go somewhere, say you're on vacation, man, you go on vacation, like, oh yeah, we explore this tunnel, whatever. Like, it's cool. Like, I promise you it's safe. Like, you really put a lot of trust and faith in the people that work there. You feel me? It's not 100% their fault. They just want to explore. Yes, we're exploring. Okay, I think it's fun. We're on vacation. Right? If the nigga that's supposed to keep you safe and is like, nah, it's safe, don't worry about that, takes you in there and you really trust that you pay to be there, nigga, it's not really your fault at that point.
Yes, it is.
I don't think it's your fault.
Bro,
I think if you go by yourself and you read the warnings and all that shit, you go by yourself, then it's like, okay, nigga, you're dumb as fuck for just going.
But I'm saying though, there's flash, like, they had safety precautions, right?
If you're on vacation, you think you're looking at all that?
Yes, I'd research. If I'm doing some freaky shit, I'm gonna research it. I'm researching that. Before if I'm a black man from America, before I go into a cave,
you're gonna be drunk as fuck. Probably like, yeah, let's do it.
You don't do shit like that drunk. You don't go in a cave.
You don't think so?
Fuck
you don't think
no.
on vacation you're not taking no drinks?
No. Not to go to here. If I'm going cave diving,
it's a cave.
Bro, do you understand
I'm not saying I would do it. I'm just saying.
Hold on, let me finish what I'm saying now.
All right.
There is a sign, right?
Yes.
That says this is supposed to be closed during these months.
Yes.
Why the fuck would I go in there?
Have my glasses on? A lot of niggas probably not reading that. No.
That's your fault. I don't give a fuck.
On February 13th, 1965, 3 members of the Boston Grotto Club arrived in the small town of Dolgeville, New York. Their goal was to explore a cave in the foothills of the Adirondacks, known as Schroeder's Pants Cave. The group included 23-year-old James Mitchell.
Bro, you got me fucked up. If I'm on my hands and knees diving through a fucking cave during wet season, you're a fucking idiot. I don't care.
They didn't say they was on their hands and knees.
They said that the pathway was so narrow. You have to use your context clues.
They were talking about when at the top of the cave, they were walking. At the top of the cave, it was narrow. Nobody could fit through it.
Fact check me.
Like, we just watched the video.
Massachusetts,
That shit's
nurse
pissing
Hetty
me
Miller,
off, bro.
and Harvard graduate student Charles Bennett. Before entering the cave,
All that school for
Mitchell
nothing.
visited George Lyon, a local man who, together with Herb Schroeder, had discovered the cave in 1947. Lyon provided them with background information on the layout of the cave, but no one warned them about the conditions inside. Temperatures had hovered around freezing earlier that week, leading to increased runoff. Ice-cold water was now pouring through the cave's passageways.
Everybody about to drown.
Despite this, the 3 cavers entered. They worked their way through the named sections of the cave, Lemon Squeeze, Z-Bend, and Gun Barrel, until they reached an open chamber with a vertical shaft that dropped roughly 80 feet or about 24 meters into a bell-shaped cavern below. Mitchell was the first to attempt the descent. He clipped into his safety lines and began lowering himself down, but something went wrong. He stopped partway down and appeared to be in trouble. According to Miller, Mitchell attempted to descend further, then tried to climb back up the rope. He was unable to make progress in either direction. He was being hit directly by the water flowing down the shaft. Rescue reports estimated that about 10 gallons or 38 liters of freezing water were landing on his head every minute.
Oh,
The cold quickly became a serious factor. Mitchell's strength began to fade. His voice became weaker. Eventually, he stopped speaking altogether. Bennett and Miller tried to pull him up. They spent 45 minutes struggling with the rope, but couldn't lift him out. Realizing the situation was beyond what they could manage, Bennett exited the cave to find help. A newly formed cave rescue team, the National Capital Grotto Rescue Squad,
I don't even know how I feel about this.
Flew in from Washington.
I don't know how I feel about this.
They didn't warn them about
First
the water
niggas were dumb as fuck because they knew that shit wasn't, they weren't supposed to be in there during those months. I still went in there. Fucking idiot. But this is like, yeah, you know what you're risking, but this, I don't know, this is so.
In D.C.
It depends
on
how
Air
you want to
Force
interpret
Two.
this.
The operation quickly made national headlines. Among the 6 young rescuers was Doug Bradford. None of them had experience with an actual cave rescue, but they had trained for similar situations. They made their way into the cave and reached the shaft. Their first attempt was to pull Mitchell up by the rope, but it was immediately clear that he was no longer alive. Bradford later explained that Mitchell's body was limp and that they quickly understood it would now be a recovery effort. The team worked on widening parts of the cave. They spent 3 days trying to make space to bring the body out, but during one of their rigging attempts, part of the shaft collapsed. Dirt and debris began falling down into the cave. It was no longer safe to continue. With Mitchell's body still suspended by his harness, the cave was sealed. Explosives were used to close the main entrance. Large rocks were placed over the collapse, and a memorial headstone was installed near the site. Pierre Saint-Martin Cave. In August 1952, an international caving expedition began descending into the Pierre Saint-Martin cave system, located in the Pyrenees along the border of France and Spain. At the time, it was considered the deepest known cave in the world. Among the team was Marcel Lubin, a 33-year-old French engineer and experienced cave explorer. He served as the second in command of the expedition, which was led by Belgian Professor Cossens. The team had spent nearly a week underground, setting up rope ladders, exploring new passages, and mapping vertical shafts deep inside the mountain. On Wednesday, August 27th, after 6 days underground, Lubins was being hauled up through a vertical shaft as part of the ascent out of the cave. He was suspended by a steel cable attached to a winch system. But just as he was being lifted up the final stretch, the cable snapped. Lubins fell 130 feet or almost 40 meters straight down a rock slope into the shaft. He survived the fall, but the impact left him severely injured with a broken back. He lost consciousness shortly after hitting the ground and fell into a coma. He was now lying 1,260 feet or 384 meters below the surface, inside one of the deepest parts of the cave system. Despite the immense difficulty, a rescue operation was launched. Team members climbed down rope ladders to reach him. A doctor descended into the cave to assess his condition, working by headlamp and candlelight in the cold, damp chamber where Lubins lay unconscious. Despite the risks, a blood transfusion was performed in the cave, an extraordinary attempt at underground medicine. The rescue teams stabilized him as best they could. Over the next 2 days, they attempted to hoist him slowly back toward the surface using a manual winch system, but the shaft was narrow and conditions were dangerous. As the rescue progressed, rocks began to loosen inside the shaft. Falling debris now posed a danger not just to Lubins, but also to the cavers working below. On the evening of August 29th, after nearly 36 hours of rescue efforts, Marcel Lubins died underground. The Jordbrugrata cave tragedy. On February 6, 2014, 5 experienced Finnish cave divers prepared to enter one of the most dangerous underwater cave systems in Europe. Plurigrata, also known as Jordbrugrata.
How many passes are you about to give niggas, bro?
I only gave 1 pass.
That's some bullshit. That's a bullshit pass.
Bullshit. You're voluntarily going underwater in a cave.
Like the greatest thing about like cave diving is that it's optional, my nigga. Like the prison deaths, right? The zoo deaths, dickhead shit. But like, you feel me? You're working a job like it's above water. You feel me? Above like a normal fucking job.
Yes.
There's millions of there's thousands of zoologists that don't die every year. But my nigga, like you could die at any moment in a fucking cave. You don't really know what's going on down here. We're gonna see.
Located in northern Norway. Their goal was ambitious. Dive through a 420 feet or 130 meter deep submerged passage, reach the other side of the mountain, and surface in a distant dry cave chamber. It was a journey that required precision, discipline.
What's the point though?
So they had to go underwater, go into a cave that leads to another cave. So you have to come back out that way too. So this is definitely
I just want to know what the point is. Like you're trying to find some rare material in there or some strange exotic animal?
They didn't get paid $1 for this, I bet.
Perfect coordination.
They did this
Each
for the love of
diver
the game.
carried a closed circuit rebreather, a high-tech breathing system that recycles air to allow deep dives for extended periods. The group was well prepared, but this cave had claimed lives before. The tunnels were narrow, the water near freezing, and the depth pushed the limits of human endurance. At first, everything went smoothly. The divers followed a fixed guideline that led through the submerged passages. They moved in a staggered formation, each managing their own buoyancy and trim in total darkness. After navigating through tight restrictions, they reached the deepest part of the route, where visibility dropped and the tunnels grew more unstable. Then, something went wrong. Around 360 feet or 110 meters deep,
they couldn't turn around.
One diver, Jari, got stuck. It was in a narrow restriction between two rock walls, a point in the cave where movement was tight even in perfect conditions. He became wedged, unable to go forward or back, and his rebreather began malfunctioning. In moments like this, panic is fatal. Another diver, Patrick, tried to help, but the tunnel was too narrow for both of them to maneuver. Visibility was dropping fast, and the water temperature was just above freezing. Silt from the cave floor filled the tunnel, and now both men were blind. Jari's breathing became frantic, and soon his mouthpiece slipped out. Patrick tried desperately to hold onto him, to insert the backup regulator, to free his partner's arm, but the effort failed. He had to make a choice. Stay and die with him, or leave and find help. He left. Back at the surface, the remaining divers began to realize something was wrong. 2 men were missing. Emergency services were contacted, and within hours...
Done.
No, they got hold, bro. They should have had this closed, like they should have did this.
Dumb as fuck, bro.
That's how you sound.
The dumb as fuck. How do I sound?
That's how. They should have did this.
How did I say that?
They should have did this.
When did I say that?
The first one.
The first one. That's not the people. The people that's on vacation and going in the cave with the tour guides. That's not their fault. That's not their fault. That's not their fault.
How?
Because nigga, they're on vacation. They're trusting the tour guide to lead them to safety. It's a tour guide, my nigga. They're not from that area. They don't know shit about that area. I wouldn't do it.
Why not? Wait. Why not? Why not?
My number one, I would not go cave dive.
Wait, why wouldn't you do it though?
It's optional, my nigga.
Wait. Is there reasons why you wouldn't do it though?
Because it's risky. It's dangerous.
Not because it should be closed during this month.
How the fuck am I supposed to know that if I'm a fucking tourist, my nigga?
Yo,
I'm a tourist.
I'm gonna go my phone.
I'm a tourist.
Uluwatu Cave.
Nigga, not everybody's doing that, bro. You're not. I don't even believe you're doing that. I don't even believe you're doing that.
Oh God, I'm doing that.
I don't even believe you're doing that.
You not research? Have you ever been on vacation before?
Yes, I've
never researched an excursion.
Yes, I have. But it doesn't
okay, I do. I researched excursions before.
I'm not saying, bro. I'm saying no.
That's some nut shit,
nigga. The tour guide left them to death.
The Norwegian police closed the cave.
Nah,
the bodies,
tour guide left them to death. Yeah,
were
facts.
unreachable.
Same shit right here.
But the team didn't accept that. A few weeks later, a new plan was made in secret. A team of Finnish divers, including close friends of the deceased, returned to the cave against official orders. Over the course of 100 hours, they penetrated the deadly system again, this time solely for recovery. They worked in total silence, inching their way through the tunnel, navigating the same restrictions that had claimed their friends. When they reached the spot where Jari had died, they found his body still suspended in the narrow passage. His rebreather was flooded, his arms still in the same position as when he had last tried to escape. Behind him, deeper in the cave, they found Diver 2, believed to be Kai, who had died while attempting to reach or help Jari. His equipment was mostly
believed
intact,
to be. It's probably not
but
even
he
the
had
right
run
nigga.
out of breathable gas long before help could have arrived. After carefully securing the bodies and extracting them through some of the tightest passages in the system, the team brought their friends home. It was one of the most difficult recovery dives in history, documented in the 2016 film Diving into the Unknown. If you enjoyed this video, subscribe for similar ones and feel free to drop suggestions for the next video in the comments.
That's crazy.
My question is why? To all my niggas who are fascinated with fucking caves, why? Why?
They love the thrill.
This shit pissing me off, bro. I don't feel bad for nobody on this shit except the kids that were forced to be on there. I know that 10-year-old boy didn't go without his parents. That's the only people I feel bad for in this video. I ain't gonna lie. This video genuinely pissed me off. I don't even want a fucking outro. I'm going, bro.
Crest, we out here, man.